Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to Ranger Danger.
Go, go, Ranger Danger! Woo. Go, go, Ranger Danger! Woo. Go, go, Ranger Danger! Matt and Michael's Ranger Danger!
Welcome once again to Mighty Morphin Ranger Danger. This is the podcast where when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's armor. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's armor. My name is Matt.
Jesus Christ, I'm Michael.
And I'm Tim.
Tim's back. Welcome back, Tim.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good. It's been so long.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. You ready to discuss some armor with us?
Born ready.
Fantastic. I'm here to tell you, Tim, and listeners, it's actually Metallic Armour. And it's 141?
Yes, it's episode 141.
Yeah!
I mean, we ruined it a little.
You ruined it.
Did I? You didn't know what number it was.
Yeah, but I got it, and then you had a deep sigh. You really undercut my
Really,
success.
the sigh ruined it.
It was the sigh, I think.
I'm not sorry.
You don't seem sorry.
That's good because I'm not sorry.
So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, episode 141, Master Vile, and the Metallic Armour.
Do you guys know anything about this?
Matt does.
I do.
I don't.
Obviously, I'm going in blind.
You sure are. You're going to have a good time.
Oh, Tim, there's a new Megazord since you were on last.
Oh shit, don't tell me anything.
I won't.
I'm going to enjoy it with my
Oh,
eyeballs.
and something else changed quite drastically.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes.
Okay, alright.
We're actually, this will be the fifth last episode of Mighty Morphin Power
Yeah,
Rangers.
so
Interesting.
this is a 3-parter, and after that there are 2 episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers left.
How does that feel for you guys?
It's insane.
It's strange. It's one of those things that was always so far off in the distance I didn't even think about it. And now it's here.
Even several weeks ago, though, it felt like that. And now I mean, there's still Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, which is another, 10 episodes. So that feels...
10's going to go...
That's, different. But yeah, even after that, we are so close.
I was saying to Michael last week that it's all like death, you know? Like, it's always abstract and off in the distance, and then it's here and it's
Rushes
too
up
late.
to meet you.
Yeah. And then I guess Alien Rangers is like hospice care or something.
Oh, wow.
It's the
Set
last...
those expectations high, ladies and gentlemen. It's like hospice care. I wonder if that's on the back of
Put
the
it on
DVD.
the box.
Yeah.
There's a pull quote for you.
Oh, boy. How have you been, Tim? You been good?
I've been great, yeah.
Okay. We've got some things to talk about.
I love talking.
So, first of all, with the end of Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers,
Yes.
will come our 3-year anniversary,
Yeah.
which is exciting and weird.
And convenient.
Can you believe it's been nearly 3 years?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I felt every second of it.
that's fair. So we are going to do something for our 3-year anniversary. Obviously, we did trivia for our first year, and we did... What did we do for our second year? A different type of game show.
There wasn't trivia the second?
No, trivia was the first year. We did 52 questions for the
Right.
episodes we'd done. Second year was the one with Lauren and Tim.
Yep.
Where
They did something.
We hosted?
Lauren hosted.
Lauren hosted.
I feel like that was trivia. Where we got asked trivia instead of...
Maybe? Maybe she asked us about, monsters? Or episodes? Episodes. Because Tim
Yeah.
invented the one with the pollen festival.
It was the episode, yeah. We got told episode titles and we had to say what it actually
Yeah.
was.
Oh my
That's
god,
right.
the Pollen Festival. What was it called?
I think it was called the pollen festival.
Tweet at us with the joke I made about the Pollen Festival.
Yeah. So, third year, we've decided that we're not going to do something Matt can lose again.
Rough.
So...
It hurts. It's twice. That's not a pattern. It's just a line. Statistically, it can happen.
A third point would define a pattern, though. So we're breaking it off before we hit that.
You're a fucker.
Hey, you want to win? Be better at Power Rangers.
Oh shit!
So Matt and I are going to... The reason I'm mentioning this so many months early is Matt and I are going to host Ranger Danger Family Feud.
Hey!
Amazing.
So we're going to get a bunch of your favourite guest hosts back, or at least a bunch of guest hosts back.
Oh wow.
I don't know who's available yet.
And also, who knows who your favourites are?
Yeah, if your favourite is Jamie,
Yeah.
it probably won't be Jamie. Sorry, guys. He lives in a different state.
He does.
There's guest hosts who are in different countries. It's just some of them will not be coming back. I'm sorry.
So pick convenient favourites
Yeah.
and no one will have any problems.
Tim and Lauren, you're pretty good.
Yep.
So because we're going to do that, we need, and if you know how Family Feud works, we need survey answers from you guys. So the way it works is we ask questions. They have to guess the answers that most people have said. So Matt and I brainstormed a bunch of questions, and we put a survey up. It's on our website at rangerdangerpodcast.com/familyfeud, all one word. So if you could go there and fill that out, there's like less than 20 questions, and we don't need your like best smart answer. We need the first thing that pops into your head. Most of them are Mighty Morphin related. If you don't have an answer, you can just like put a dash in the question or whatever. So if you could do that, if we could get 100 responses, that would be perfect. If we could get less than that, that would be fine still. So if you guys are willing to go do that, obviously our anniversary is not till October, but we'd like to record it a little in advance and, you know, have some time to pick some questions from that selection. So if you guys could get on that, I'll keep reminding you over the next couple of months. And if you could do that, that would be great.
Would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Second, I am goddamn Nostradamus.
It's true.
What happened?
I'm going to play you a clip from 48 minutes in to our first episode of this podcast.
Very first
Our
ever.
very first ever. Are you ready?
Right, far away.
It's definitely not the finest half hour of television ever produced.
Yeah, I mean, look, you did just watch the finale of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's definitely no Breaking Bad. Although that's a crossover I would pay to see. If anybody can draw, if you can draw me Walter White in Zordon's tube,
Oh, wow.
that's all I need to see.
Boom, fuckers.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
mean, yeah, like, I've read that news. That's,
Yeah.
jeez Louise.
You guys, holy shit.
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
48 minutes into our podcast that it's now how many hundreds of hours long?
Yeah, like
48 minutes into 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And in fact, one of our listeners, Michael, our good friend, drew it for us.
Yeah.
So we were able to reshare that on Facebook and Twitter.
Like 2 minutes after the casting was announced, like, here's a pic. Here's
Tweet at me, Brian. Come on.
That's exciting news too.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
I feel like that says a lot about the movie.
I hope it does. In the same way I felt that about Elizabeth Banks' Rita as well.
Yeah, it like Brian Cranston as Zordon is fine, but the fact that Bryan Cranston is willing to do it, like at the moment when he's Bryan Cranston as he is at the moment.
Yeah, he doesn't need the money. I've heard of people go like, "Oh, look, Bryan Cranston checking in for a paycheck." It's like, no, he doesn't need that money.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he was series regular on Malcolm in the Middle for 9 years. Genuinely regarded as one of the finest actors on television for 5 years straight. And now, like,
His royalty cash must be every month. It's just he's enough to live
and
on
at
for 10
this
years.
point, you've got to imagine he could basically do whatever he wanted.
yeah. After Breaking Bad, yeah,
Yeah.
So it's nice for him to have decided to go back to where it all started.
to pay it back
Yeah,
to the community, to his roots,
gotta honor your roots.
your snizzard roots.
It's not a euphemism.
Yeah, just as far as phrases go, your snizzard roots is an ugly phrase just on the ears. It just doesn't sit right.
Your snizzard roots? Mine's celibate.
We've missed you on the podcast.
It's great to be back.
Oh, boy.
Hashtag my snizzard roots.
We've got some other stuff to discuss, including we've got a bunch of emails and tweets about oil prices.
Yes.
The thing is, it has really taken off, Tim.
And,
Oh man, I'm so keen.
and I got franked last weekend.
You got
But
deep franked.
Sorry, what is franking?
We might save that stuff for next week.
Ah.
But right, because we've been going for a while. But why don't we go watch Master Violin and Metallic Armour Part 1?
Wait, Michael.
Wait.
I have an urgent thing to tell you. Our website, www.rangeagentpodcast.com, where you can find show notes and the Range Agent Creature feature and some other stuff. You can send us an email, rangeagentpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Twitter. Send us Twitter tweets at RangerDcast. We're also on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Google+, and we have a store, rangeagentpodcast.com/store, where you can buy things and stuff.
It's /shop, sorry.
Fuck!
That was so good.
God
Right up
damn
until the
it!
end.
Ah, tripped over the finish line.
Plus, also, rangeragentpodcast.com/familyfeud. please go fill it out. It would mean the world to us.
Yes.
We will get warm, fuzzy feelings in our stomachs.
And our sneezes will root.
On
Let's
that
go
note,
watch the episode.
Bye, guys.
I'll tell you what, we got some Master Vial, we got some Metallic Armour.
as promised.
As promised.
Just when you think you've seen everything this show has to offer. Oh,
I never think that anymore.
No, like, just Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
Like, I figured that we were now just going to ride out the end of Mighty Morphin, but instead, they've decided now's the time to introduce a new bad guy, a new armor mode, allegedly, but we'll get to that, and an entirely new, like, MacGuffin item.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And kind of an important MacGuffin item as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it does, but it's called the Zeo Crystal,
Yeah.
so I get the feeling it's going to be important for the next year or so.
That's fair to say, yeah.
All right, Tim, let's talk about some of the changes to the show since you were last on.
Yeah.
Which ones did you notice?
So I noticed a new ranger.
Yep.
A new pink ranger, who I must admit I have seen because I've seen you guys watching some episodes during some PCasts in the past. So
Sorry, PCasts?
PCasts in the past.
It's short for podcast.
In the past.
But it's not shorter, though.
Tim's one of those youths. He doesn't have time to say odd.
Okay. That's fair.
Yes, I don't know what her name is. Is it Cassie?
No,
No.
that's a different Pink Ranger.
I don't know what her name is.
Her name is Kat.
Cat. Oh, well, come on. That's close enough.
She's Kat, and she was a cat briefly, and she's played by Kat.
Yeah, so I saw...
The Animorphs shot?
In the Animorphs shot in the opening. Can I just get a quick rundown? Is this a McGonagall situation, or is this more like a Lord Zed making an enemy making a monster situation?
So she was an ordinary high school athlete from Australia.
Okay.
She was very good at diving.
Okay. An interesting choice.
And then she moved to Angel Grove,
Why? Who cares?
more or less.
Yeah.
Basically, like, she fucked up her diving career.
Oh.
Because she hit her head on the diving board.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and, like, refused to go in water for years of her life.
Because she's a cat, you see.
Yeah, and then moved to Angel Grove.
So she moved to Angel Grove, where Rita immediately mind controlled her.
Yeah.
And
Tough
made
break,
her,
girl. I
yeah,
think that's rough.
and made her evil.
Now, hang on, you just give me a very important part. Rita instigated a romance with a boy who then turned out to just be a Tenga. Who, like, turned from boy to Tenga before Cat's eyes. It's just gonna fuck up a person.
Yeah, that's rough.
So enslaved cats and like mind controlled her to make her evil. She also had the ability to turn into a white cat,
Okay.
which didn't really serve any purpose, to be perfectly honest.
It was like to spy on the Rangers, except that both Rita and Lord Zed have ways of seeing what the Rangers are doing at every moment.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't make any
She
sense.
also tried to break up Tommy and Kimberly, kind of, but
Yeah.
that didn't really happen, kind of, sort of. And also, so Kim was chosen by a guy called Gunther Schmidt, who was a foreign gymnastics coach,
Obviously.
to train under him for the Pan Global Games.
Yeah, they're similar but legally
Global
distinct
Games.
Olympics.
Interesting.
So she left,
Yep.
but was like, no, it's fine. There's this new girl who also wears pink all the time.
So that's kind of lining up.
So now Kat's the new Pink Ranger.
Yeah, she's
That's
not,
basically
not evil anymore as well, is an important part.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Can she
'cause she's
still
a
turn
good girl.
into a cat?
Uh,
Good girl.
Stop
it's
it.
it's ambiguous.
So okay.
We
fine.
haven't seen her do it since.
No. But maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
Sure.
If next week she turns into a cat,
Sure.
we're not going to be shocked. Mm-hmm. What else is new? since
The old Shogun Zords.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
new. Haven't seen those. They're fine.
I like the Shogun Sword. It wasn't exactly a stellar showing for them this
No.
week.
No,
Really
that's
You mean because they got it out and it lost all its energy?
immediately, straight away.
That happens sometimes.
Happens to the best of us.
I think they have a nasal spray for that.
Yeah.
I think that's all the things that are new.
Yeah.
You'd seen Ninjor, right? You were with
Oh,
us for
yeah.
Ninja Quest.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to sound like that.
But he has to.
But
I love that he sounds like
What
that.
what I like is that someone made that decision.
Yeah.
Because he could have sounded like anything.
Yeah. They made the right call.
Absolutely.
But he hasn't been in the show for 10 episodes, maybe?
Yeah, so part of Rita and Zed's plan with Kat involved kidnapping Ninjor. And then there was a hostage exchange for Ninjor that turned out to be a trap. And the show, for like 5 or 6 episodes, has not mentioned Ninjor.
He's just
At
been
all.
like a hostage on the moon, and it's
Maybe.
like everyone forgot about it.
Because there was also a thing where like they were just going to throw him into something called the Sea of Sorrow.
Shit.
And we had no reason to believe that they hadn't just done that.
Yeah.
And then what? So this episode to this week's episode is the first like, oh no, we've still got him.
Yes.
Fuck.
They also have the Falcon Zord in a bird cage because they turned it into like a lorikeet or some shit.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Not in a hangar.
No.
No. That's inefficient.
I suppose.
It's not like we've got the whole moon we could just put it on.
If you could turn your car into like a little mouse and just have it live in a little mouse house,
I guess I'd do that.
you could save. Look at all the storage you could have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Well, point taken.
think about it,
Yeah.
everyone.
Okay, so I guess we have to get to the episode now.
We should.
So the police department has sponsored a horse trek for Nature Week.
There's several questions there.
I want to know where the kind of grammatical breakup of that is.
Yes.
That's my first question.
Are the horses the ones responsible for raising money?
Is it a horse trek for Nature Week? Is it
Yeah.
a horse trek for Nature Week?
Yeah.
Is it a horse trek for Nature Week?
Honestly, so many questions.
Also, why?
Well, I mean, I guess the implication is that people will pay money to do that.
But it's only the Rangers and Bulk and Skull and Lieutenant Stone.
Maybe it's
not-
a grooming thing?
It just... And it doesn't even serve a particular purpose in the episode.
No, sure.
I can't imagine in the next 2 parts it's going to be a big deal.
All of a
Horses,
sudden,
yeah.
horses are going to be really... Yeah, horses, it turns out, Master Vile is allergic to.
I mean, look, they didn't ever explain all the horses in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
No.
So I don't expect them to do it now.
Yeah, it's just... It's what a bizarre decision. Like my complaint about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, horses are like temperamental animals that you have to wrangle and deal with.
It's an expensive and troublesome thing to introduce into your episode for no reason.
So why... Like, maybe they were just like, oh, we need to do something different so they can't just be walking, I don't know, I guess horses or something. Someone had a horse stables that they wanted to money launder some money through.
Yeah, someone. Maybe.
Alright, so everyone's riding their horses when all of a sudden it goes nearly pitch black.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a blood out the sun type situation.
Tommy can't reach Zordon on the communicators.
Well, hang on, so the horses get nervous.
They do.
Someone says, what's wrong with the horses? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe they don't like early nighttime and earthquakes.
I didn't understand that line either. It's not like the horses aren't... Well, they're not experiencing anything different to what you're
Yeah, it's not
experiencing.
like nothing weird was happening and then the horses got spooked. It's like,
That's
oh,
how you do it, right?
Yeah.
The horses react, you go, that's strange.
And then something
everything
happens.
Because horses have got a supernatural sixth sense.
Yeah.
horse sense.
They can sense horses.
Yeah, other horses.
I can sense horses with many of my senses.
They can do it from heaps further away.
Well, good on them. They can't operate cars, so you know.
Alright, it's not a competition. If it was a horse finding competition, another horse would beat you.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I hate horses.
Well, they're probably happy with you being able to drive a car. They can fucking ride themselves.
Good,
everywhere.
that's a great arrangement. I'd love an arrangement with spiders like the one I have with horses.
Where they
Where
drive
they
your
can-
car?
Where they can find other spiders.
They can exist where, like, outside in their own place, I will do nothing to hurt them, but they don't get to be in my bedroom.
Like, that's fine for you specifically.
Yes.
But humans have taken up a lot of the world.
Yep.
I feel like that's not a fair breakdown of, like, area.
Well, they should invent guns and spider spray if they don't
Do
want...
you want that?
No.
Right.
think
so
about what
don't
you said.
encourage them.
But I'm also not afraid of a spider-sized gun.
Here's the thing, though. Spiders are pretty decent dudes.
Are they?
They haven't killed anyone in Australia in like 30 years.
That's because we got good at treating it.
No.
Not because they stopped doing it.
They very rarely do it.
It's like if you invented a thing that cured gunshot wounds all the time.
Yeah.
It wouldn't mean anything if no one had died of a gunshot wound, if everyone was still getting shot.
I mean, it would mean something.
Yeah,
Less people are dying.
I mean, it would also mean that someone was particularly persistent about shooting people, despite knowing that it didn't achieve anything.
Someone
Like,
just-
shootings become way different.
Someone didn't get the memo about shooting.
Or just someone's using shootings for something. Like, I'm sure it's a big inconvenience and quite painful. Like, now shooting is just a non-lethal message sender.
Yeah, I mean, the tasing industry is going to tank in this
You
scenario.
just shoot people.
Yeah.
Anyway, horses panicking
Yep.
Why is that?
because the sky has gone dark and there's an earthquake.
And why is that?
Something evil is afoot.
I mean, is afoot the right terminology in this instance?
Well, he's a person, but
No, I mean, okay, yes, thank you, sir, with your fantastic foot fun. But he's actually sailing through past the orbit of the planet or something?
I guess. I don't know. So they go to the command center.
Yep.
Alpha's offline, and Zordon's not there, and
Some
all
kind
the
of-
computers are off.
Some kind
And-
of EMP.
And like 90% of the lights are out? Not all of them.
No,
An evil magnetic pulse.
maybe. Jesus Christ.
Sitting in
The
that.
thing is, you still need the electro for it to do what you need it to do.
Yeah, it's just magnets.
What you're looking for is an ib, I think.
An electro evil pulse.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't know what's going on yet, but we're about to find out because the moon is also getting hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Which is spooky for a place that has no atmosphere, really. So no clouds, so no lightning.
No.
Someone teleports in. Meet Master Vile.
Oh, Master Vile.
Your face, Michael.
Okay, so let's talk about the design of Master Vile first.
Yes.
He's basically a square.
Yeah.
Like, he's as wide as he is tall.
Yeah.
And he's pretty fucking tall.
He's got, like, a long head.
Yep.
Does it have faces on the end?
It appears to.
But they're not, like, talking faces.
No.
They're horrifying
Purely decorative.
elemental faces.
Yep.
As you go down, he's got, like, a cape or a cloak.
Yep.
Yep.
He's got what I guess looks like a jacket.
You're not skipping the shoulder reel, though.
No, that's what I was about to
Yeah,
get
I
to.
think we were getting there.
So
Good.
coming, like, out of his shoulders towards his chest are two little snappy eel heads.
Which, like, are alive and functioning as
Yep.
sentient beings.
Oh, he's
Shoulder
also
snakes.
wearing, like, grandfather half-moon glasses.
Yeah, which, I don't know if you guys caught it, but have, like, arms. The glasses have arms that go up really high around his tall ass, like, wide ass head.
That's amazing. I think the glasses might be my favourite detail about the costume.
Well, he's Rita's dad.
Yeah, like he's this horrifying monstrosity that's absolutely huge.
And also
But-
a dad.
But he's also a dad who reads a lot.
So yeah, this is Rita's and Rito's father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
It certainly raises a few questions. Especially, like, in this episode in particular, we get a justification of sorts as to why Lord Zed looks the way he does.
Maybe. It might
Maybe.
be a
It was
joke.
maybe
I've
a joke, maybe not.
Well, let's
Yeah.
get to that in a bit. 'Cause I've got
But Rita's just a lady.
yeah.
And Rito's a walking skeleton army man. Neither of them look anything like this dude. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Rito kind of like you could buy
very vaguely.
somehow, but why does Rita just... Is Master Vile's wife just like a regular human being?
Shit.
I hope not.
Yeah, right? I mean, she can't be because Rita's like at least 10,000 years old.
Yeah, he kind of predates humanity. But I guess we know there are other humanoid entities.
Aliens,
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
knows,
yeah.
man? It's a weird family tree.
It is.
It turns out that when you take three completely unrelated characters from three different Japanese shows, you don't end up with things that look the same.
Oh, well. Anyway, we're on in 5.
Okay, so in the command center, Alpha and Zordon are back.
Mm-hmm.
The command center's power was interrupted by Master Vile's presence.
The EMP. Evil magnetic presence.
Hey, there we go.
You still got magnetic.
Evil master's presence.
You do need a pulse in there somewhere, I feel.
I think we need a new acronym. You can work on that one in the meantime.
Alright.
Alright. So, Zordon says, I can't be certain, but I'm pretty sure it's this dude. Wouldn't it have been great if he was wrong?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's this dude. I don't know, look at my magic TV though, because we can see him pretty clearly there.
I did take that as like archive footage though,
Yes.
so they probably could have still been wrong at that
I
point.
guess.
Okay, so Master Vile previously conquered the M51 galaxy.
Meaningless.
It's a real galaxy. That's a real thing.
Still meaningless.
Yes. We will later learn some more information about the people of the M51 galaxy.
We will. Like their silly hats is something we'll learn about.
That's basically all we'll learn about them, to be honest.
Well, there's maybe another detail, but that's fine. We'll keep going.
So, luckily, Zordon has built the Rangers an upgrade.
Yeah, Alpha and Zordon have been working on it.
Thanks, pals.
It's the Metallic Armour.
Whoa! Amazing. That
And
sounds cool.
To create it, they use the word command, Metallic Armour Power Up.
That's probably about 3 more words than you'd want for an...
Yeah,
For something that's life and death.
Yeah.
and it's only to be used for emergencies. Which, makes sense, I guess.
I suppose.
aren't all situations that the Power Rangers get themselves into...
Emergencies.
Yeah, there are emergent situations.
That's definitely fair. Tim, at this point, what were you expecting the Metallic Armour to be?
Well, I mean, really the most recent Power Rangers I've watched is Dino Charge.
Yeah.
Where metallic armor means extra things and CG.
Spikier.
And, like, wrecking balls that are CG'd in post. Like...
God, that show's so much better than this one.
Yeah.
I'll be back soon, mate.
I've got to catch up.
I mean, I don't want to skip ahead, but I wasn't expecting what we got.
No, I was expecting not the movie costumes, but like, hey, we've taken what we did in the movie costumes and we had the molds, so like we put new knee pads and shoulder pads on,
Yeah.
and like
Nothing crazy, but just like extra bits.
yeah. Let's get to that when we get
That
to
can
it.
hang for a while.
All right, so back on Earth, years of police experience have told Lieutenant Stone that darkness can mean only one thing. And I think we were all surprised to hear him say, there's going to be a monster attack.
I'm so happy to hear that.
No.
Yeah, he just said it. I was like, oh, that's a statement that a sensible person would make.
Yeah, at least one person in this bloody town
Just
kind
gets it.
of gets it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, there's weird stuff going on. The sky went black for maybe 40 seconds. I guess there's going to be a giant monster in like an hour.
I love that now it's just like predicting the weather in Angel Grove.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the skies are red. There's going to be...
Yeah, red sky in the morning,
Yeah.
giant monster, red sky at night, monster fight.
There you go.
Whatever happens, you just predict a monster and you're right.
I mean, yeah, you hope
50% of the time.
hope for the best, but like once a week it's coming, so you just get ready.
And then there's some nonsense about he needs Bulk and Skull to do something and they're afraid of something.
Which
I
is,
don't know.
again, irrelevant because it doesn't happen.
Not this week.
Maybe in part 2.
This is a
God, I
3-part
hope-
episode.
Yeah, I know,
Tim.
but I hope not. Like,
So, now we get some family dynamics on the moon.
yay.
This is interesting.
Is it?
So, basically, Master Vile is not happy that Rita has married Lord Zed.
Yeah.
What he says is, you couldn't marry someone who had a skull?
Which is such a classic, like, angry dad, disappointed dad
Yeah.
comment.
And that's a pretty funny line,
Yeah.
to be fair.
And Lord Zed-
Especially coming from him who apparently has the widest skull ever seen.
Yeah, she's
And-
married someone unlike her father.
Maybe multiple skulls?
Yeah, I'm not sure of how the definition works.
Like the little eel things probably have little eel skulls?
I figured they're not part of his body, though. They're
Who
just,
knows?
Like, friends of his? I don't know.
Buds.
Maybe it's one eel that loops all the way around the back of his,
And has 2
his
heads.
fat ass neck. Yeah, where does it shit, though?
It's the cat dog of the Power Rangers
It's
universe.
got a butthole at the back middle.
That's why he's angry all the time.
No, that's why he wears the clothes.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy. Alright, so Lord Zed is fairly... He's like, look, I captured the Falcon Zord and Ninjor.
Yeah,
Look,
I'm no chump.
Look, Rito, bring me Ninjor. Rito fucks up.
Oh, I dropped the glass vial holding Ninjor, and it shattered, and out he came into the gassy, foggy floor of the castle.
This is why you gotta have a clean floor.
That foggy floor has legitimately fucked them up several times now.
Yep.
They really
but
just
it's
need
so
to...
spooky.
It is pretty spooky. On that note, I love Master Vile's fucking pipe organ theme that happens whenever he walks into a room, like he's
Good.
Dracula.
He's definitely... He changes the tone of the show.
Oh, yeah.
In a
Yeah, to like everybody loves Master Vile.
it's kind of similar to what Lord Zed did at first.
Yes.
But it's like he's gothic.
Yes.
In like he's got a cloak and pipe organs and spooky
And a wide head.
And eels that turn into energy or something.
Energy eels?
Hey, you're on a fucking roll today, son.
Quiet.
I don't know, that one wasn't great. I'm sorry.
Energy eels? What are you even talking about?
So Ninjor's great.
Yeah.
So he just runs away.
Not before, like, taking the time to grow large and taunt them for a bit.
Yeah, and then teleporting away. Like, if you were tiny and hidden in the smoke, you wouldn't just piss off immediately.
Yeah.
You're like, cool, I've been trapped here for months, maybe? Who
Yeah.
knows? The timeline's weird. They were going to throw me into the Sea of Sorrows. I bet he knew that. I'm just going to get out of here.
But that's why I love Ninjor. He's so fucking zen. He can get out of that thing and still just have a laugh.
Have the moment and
Yeah.
then go, yeah.
Yeah.
So luckily he was there long enough to hear Master Vile's plan, which he relays to the Power Rangers.
What is that plan?
Well, there's the Zeo crystal.
Right.
That's important.
Well, we'll see.
So the Zeo crystal is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Thousands of years ago, the people of the M51 galaxy hid from Master Vile, and they hid the Zeo crystal in the Caves of Deception.
Where are those?
Hold on, we'll get to that.
Okay.
The Zeo crystal is surrounded by a force field, and only the pure of heart can get through it. So, there you go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested by the kind of narrative breadth of how many things know about pure hearts and like worthy heroes. Like it must be some kind of platonic reality that good exists because so many magics know about it.
Do you reckon Billy could like build a device that tests for midi-chlorians?
I mean, I hope not, because that's not where I want this show to go, because it's not where I wanted those movies to go. And there we were, and I don't want to be there here as well.
You don't think but he could like scientifically test to figure out if people are pure of heart or not?
Yeah, by like getting in a tube,
Yeah.
and then the tube blows some air, and some dials go. Woo! And
Well,
then
yeah,
it
because if
points to good or
if
evil.
you can make a force field that disintegrates things that aren't pure of heart, just like build a small one of those and drop people's hair into it.
Yeah, okay, but the people of the M51 galaxy with their big bulbous hats and magic staffs did that with magic, not with, like, Billy's garage science.
Yeah, but sufficiently advanced science is indistinguishable from magic.
Yeah, okay, but sufficiently advanced science was a space car that looks like a VW.
You
So
mean the rad bug?
I mean, we've got some time to go.
My favourite thing, on the internet this week has been people seeing the Power Rangers in that new teaser poster standing on top of a car and assuming that will be the rad bug.
Guys,
But the fact that it's
Guys.
clearly not even a bug.
it'll just be Jason's Jeep, like everyone call it.
The rad bug didn't even happen on the show it existed in. That's not going to be the thing that they've decided to bring back, I promise you.
I mean, you never know, though. You never know.
That would be such a strange
Can you
decision.
imagine if they're in that and like they go past someone's bug and they're like, that's a rad bug.
The guy
You
playing
and me
Billy
in this-
stares at camera.
Two people in each cinema go, ha ha ha! And everyone else goes, yeah, I guess it is.
That's kind of cool. It's good
Why
too.
did you... That seems like a weird line to put in this movie. So the Caves of Deception,
Yes.
luckily, they're not many millions of light years away.
In the M51 galaxy.
Which would make a lot of sense.
So much sense.
Unluckily, they're on the moon.
Oh.
We're on the moon.
Immediately below the castle.
Oh, shit.
Bummer.
Interestingly, though, this answers a long-standing question we've
Absolutely it does.
had. Like, where did that palace come from? It was there to be on top of the Zero Crystal, I guess.
Yep.
As like a big fancy marker. And then they corrupted it with their evil, and I assume also brought in a big spinning fan. Because that's an evil fan. That wasn't there.
Maybe that just used to be the exhaust room. And they're like, no one would want to set up in here. There's a giant fan. It's too menacing.
It's so smoky.
Yeah.
One other note, the crystal's power grows over time.
Right.
Horrifying.
I'm confused about the timeline here, because they say it's been there for thousands of years.
Yep.
But Rita's been trapped on the moon for tens of thousands of years?
Yep.
Wouldn't that have had to predate Rita?
Yeah, maybe like when they say thousands.
Yeah, I mean, tens of thousands is also thousands.
That's true, I suppose.
I would also like to insert just a minor headcanon into this.
Yep.
The reason Rita was sealed on the moon is she was going after the Zeo Crystal, and that's when they managed to stop her.
That makes a lot of sense. Maybe Zordon was there to watch over it the whole time?
Maybe. Or like they knew about it, and he was like...
They intercepted.
Yeah. So yeah, it grows in power over time, which means if he gets it now...
Super terrible.
Super terrible. What does that mean, grows in power over time? Like forever?
Like a fine wine.
I mean, it could do that forever until the universe ends.
Is it draining power from... Is the Zeo Crystal causing entropy? By slowly draining power from the universe?
From everything.
From everything.
Constantly.
And
I feel like it's supposed to be inherently good, and that doesn't sound good.
The one thing I'll say is the plan is to destroy it. So that's a really short-sighted plan if it's causing entropy.
No, we don't want the universe to die in a horrible heat death.
Yeah, but
I think we kind of do. I think there's further-reaching implications.
There is definitely a need in the universe for things to decay.
To spin down occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah. It could present some problems if nothing ever ended.
Oh, there's definitely a problem because this show never ends.
Oh, snap! Snappity doodah.
It's been so long, guys. We're
Snapperina.
so close to the finish line. Oh boy.
Do we get tripped up by Tripso, the finish line?
Tripped over the finish line.
There we go.
Good work, guys. Alright, so on the moon,
Yep.
this might have been a joke, or it might not. Rita says Lord Zed once went to get the Zeo Crystal, and look what happened to his face. Maybe that's a joke?
The thing is, totally valid. Like,
It's a perfect... Yeah.
that would make a lot of sense.
And I mean, Lord Zed was new to Rita when he arrived, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
there's plenty of downtime where they could have talked about what else is on this moon.
Yeah.
What are we going to go get for lunch? Like,
The Zeo Crystal.
ah!
Yeah, that's a thought. Maybe that happened just before, like, just after he arrived. He's like, I'm here for the Zero Crystal, let's get it! And then, bam.
Or not even that he was there, but that they talked about it, and he was like, well, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does. This episode does put a lot of things into place for the universe.
Yeah. Many of which are confusing and poorly thought out, as
Well-
is to be expected.
Yeah, as they either were that or completely by accident.
Yep. That's how this show works. Alright, so Masterval has also brought a present.
Yes.
He's brought some food for the Tengas.
Well, that's strangely considerate.
I mean, I'm upset that we don't see what it is.
Yeah.
That bag seems to be wiggling.
It's kind of a cheap trick. It's like, it's a bag of mysterious things that's going to make it more powerful. I mean, that's kind of the show's whole deal, I guess.
Yeah, but at least you get to see the thing normally. You know what I mean? Like, at least we go, it's the Wampa Jumpers, and they have their skin is made of vitamin B12, so the Tengas are really strong.
Yeah.
Can't you get B12 from like carrots or something?
Yeah, or Wampa Jumpers.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you think there's carrots on the moon? Come on, honestly.
Plus, imagine how many carrots you'd have to eat to get as much B12 as you would from one Wampa Jumper.
Yeah. Are you having your Inner Health Plus today?
Jesus Christ.
No one listening will get the reference.
Yeah. Any Australians? I mean, it's been on TV for about 10 years at this point, that ad, so...
Yeah, here.
Alright, so Master Vile takes Rito and Goldar with him
Yep.
to the Space Skull.
Hang on, how does he take them? With his shoulder snake teleport?
Yeah. He, like,
pretty
forcefully
cool.
teleports them. It's
Pretty
bizarre.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the space skull.
Yeah.
It's a skull.
Yeah, in space.
There it is. We've covered it.
That's it. That's all there is.
It's kind of all we get to see of it, which is a shame because it's a fucking space skull.
There's one line where instead of saying everything all right, he says all wrong.
Yeah.
It's dumb, but I kind of love it.
It's the sort of thing that, like, I understand the bit,
The joke, yeah.
but it also undercuts everything you're saying because he's trying to reassure reader in that scene.
Yeah.
It causes problems for a language that otherwise is built on our words, but some of them just have reverse meanings. But
Because we're evil.
yeah, but like presumably they need words to describe when a thing isn't going like it should be going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's problematic.
Does he say left and wrong? Like, is it just that specific meaning of the words that he inverts?
Or is it kind of nice that their view of right and wrong is consistent? Like, their view of good and evil aren't personalized to be flipped so as to say, like, well, we're all doing the right thing and they're terrible. They're like, oh, no, we know we're evil and everything we want is for things to be all wrong.
Yeah, but they also want things to go right for them, which
No,
I
but
guess
that's-
would be wrong for them.
Yeah, it is wrong for everyone. They're not personalizing it. They're viewing
okay,
the
it's
course
like-
of action
it's the greater
objectively.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's an interesting take.
Or it's a dumb joke in a dumb show written by dumb writers who had like 2 seconds to pump out all the scripts.
It doesn't sound right.
If you're just going to say things like that, we might as well end the podcast, okay?
I'm sorry.
We're almost done with Mighty Morphin anyway, so it's kind of would make a lot of difference.
Let's not finish this 3-parter. We're done. Alright, so what happens is the most disgusting creation of a monster we have ever seen on this show.
And we've seen Ivan Ooze.
So, Master Viol creates an egg in his mouth.
Yep.
Kind of like he's blowing bubble gum.
Yeah.
It's like brick. It ends up like brick size,
Roughly.
like
Green.
not an egg. And he then splits it open, and blue goop comes out.
Yep, and piles up on the floor. And then from that goop...
A fetus stands up,
Shit.
covered in goop,
which then grows to regular monster size, like
Okay.
immediately.
and becomes the Blue Gobbler, which is a lazy name,
Blue
guys.
Gobbler. So
And
good.
his arms, in air quotes, are fucked up.
Yep.
They're like goopy coral.
Yep.
Yeah, like kind of frog fingers.
Yeah, but mutated.
Yeah.
Everything about him is messed up.
It's super messed up.
Blue Gobbler.
Reminds me of at my last place at Forest Lodge, we had quite a damp backyard, and we had some mushrooms growing in there, and I had to clear them out. And by the time I got to them, they looked like mushrooms when you're looking at them. They had their shape, but as soon as you touch them, they just kind of become like goop and would just fall apart. And yeah, that's the feeling I got from this guy.
That's super gross.
It's
Yeah.
super gross.
The Blue Gobbler.
Sorry, I have to make a correction. He's the Blue Globber.
See, I wasn't sure. I thought Globber, but then I also wasn't catching it very clearly and kind of trusted you.
Why not the Blue Blobber? That would make as much sense and would at least be alliterated.
This isn't a blob, man. This is a glob.
I feel like it's gonna glob you. It's not gonna blob you.
I know, I pay that. Like, you saw what happened next.
It's the globbin, you know. It's not a blobbin.
It's globbering time.
It's globbering time.
So that was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really, really was gross. So here's Master Val's plan. With Ninjor, capture Ninjor,
Yep.
drain his powers. With those, the Globber can capture the Power Rangers. Then we can get one of them to free the Zeo Crystal, and then rule the world.
Could Ninjor not get the Zeo Crystal?
That's what I thought the plan was going to be, to be honest.
Apparently not.
Maybe he's not pure of heart. Maybe he's an alcoholic.
It would be. I worry about what we're saying about people who struggle with alcoholism at some point in their lives.
Like
we're
blue
just
metallic ninja robot.
they would just strip
Oh,
their
they're not pure
self-worth.
of heart.
Yeah.
I mean, this is interesting because the people who are going to decide to go in a second are Tommy and Kat, who are the two most evil
Yeah,
Power
most tainted
Rangers.
by evilness.
Like,
Maybe that's why they went. Like, they're less likely to be forced to... Oh, no, they can't, because they need the Xeo Crystal.
because their goal is to get
Yeah,
the
that's
Xeo
right.
Crystal.
Never mind.
Like, not that I think either of them are still evil.
Yeah.
But
an argument could be
where's
made.
the line? You don't want to test it with the most likely to get disintegrated. You start with the least likely.
And fingers crossed.
You said Adam, right?
Yeah, because he said Adam.
I mean,
His Zord's a frog. That's pretty pure of heart,
it's
right?
pretty pure. Or you said Rocky like 5 minutes ahead of Adam.
And if it works, great. And if it doesn't,
Great.
well. Jesus Christ. Alright, so Tengas go down, they attack Vulcan Skull.
Yep.
The Rangers come down, and they get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
They really, for this show, it's a pretty brutal fight.
Very one-sided.
Yeah.
I mean, those Wampa Jumpers really...
Really jazzed him up.
All that vitamin B12 just...
It's
they're muscular.
Jim, what do Wampa Jumpers look like?
They're like... So picture an apple
Yep.
that's kind of about softball sized. Like pretty big, like maybe...
A good apple.
Yeah, but like an inhumanly large apple.
Okay.
And
I would say like a softball is about
It's
the same
about the size of an
apple.
apple. Yeah, I'd agree
I
with
think
you
it's
there.
a big apple.
No, that's New York.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they've got 7 legs.
Yeah. What's the arrangement of those?
So like an insect, 3 and 3.
And one in the middle?
No, one at the front.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, also in the same plane, or just kicking wildly?
No, in the same plane. Used to. It's an interesting gait. They use it mostly for turning.
Oh,
But then
okay.
in like a sort of galloping, sprinting gait, it comes into play as well.
Sure.
Because they keep... Well, they actually run on 5 when they're sprinting and have the 2 like front ones on the side up for attack.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And then-
So they'd be quite sharp.
Absolutely. So,
How many eyes?
none.
Okay.
None. 1 stalk at the top of this kind of apple area.
Right. Is there a leaf as well?
No,
Okay.
don't be ridiculous.
Okay,
The
sorry.
ones with leaves are the ones that are too weak and they never make it out of the birthing pods. They get eaten by the others.
Fuck.
How many mouths?
How many mouths? 1. Don't be ridiculous. But it's at the back.
Okay.
So they kind of do this thing where they pierce with the front leg.
Oh, like
And then-
trample over you and then just like
and then,
reverse.
and then sort of kind of swing themselves on, and then the back mouth latches. It's not a pleasant way to
it's
go.
not worth it for some B12.
You know what? They stay in that bag for a reason. This
Yeah.
is a kid's show.
You don't want to see those Wampa Jumpers.
No. Like, you know what that is? That's fucking nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
I regret asking.
I don't. Good job asking.
Okay.
Heaps of B12 though.
So much B12.
Oh boy.
Which one's what B12 good for?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I wish I'd said calcium in hindsight. Cause
Definitely
then we could've
like blood.
At least said bones.
I can tell you that vitamin B12 is good for the functioning of the brain and nervous system and the formulation of red blood cells.
Ah, I said blood.
Yep. Also, Tenga enhancement,
Yes.
which you can get from those kind of strange shops in Hong Kong that sell lots of stuff for the good for the penis. Wampa jumper extract, good for the penis.
I feel like it's probably not. They just tried to sell
Who's
you on
the
that.
spokesperson for Wampa Jumper?
Jackie
TM?
Chan. You can get jackets that have a Wampa jumper on the back that say "good for the penis, bad for education." I want one so bad.
Well,
That's such a deep cut and such a culturally accepted joke.
Jesus.
Whew. You okay, Michael?
Not really.
If anyone draws that, I will get married to them.
There you go, ladies or gentlemen.
Not in my country.
Oh, it's sad because it's true.
I'll come marry you. in a country or state where that's legal.
Oh boy, Wampa Jumpers. There we go.
Luckily,
Yeah,
Metallic Armour saves the day.
it sure does. Tim, can you describe the Metallic Armour?
Yeah, it sucked.
Job done.
So imagine the normal Ranger suits,
Yeah.
but made out of shiny fabric.
It's not even like shinier fabric.
Like sparkly...
It's like they sprayed some fucking sparkles onto the existing costumes.
the end.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Why was the... Like...
I can tell you why.
They just figured out how to do sparkly plastic.
No, they've made some fucking toys that they put the sparkles on.
Yeah,
and they're
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
all
Like,
right.
They just figured out that they could do a toy that sparkles, and we're like, "Hey, kids, Metallic Armour."
Yep.
And use all the same molds as the last toys with
Yep.
plastic inside them.
Yep,
It's bad.
it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Do you guys want to talk about what the Metallic Armour actually did, effects-wise?
It
I mean,
makes them...
it's wide ranging.
Are they meant to be fast?
I think the intention is that it looks like they're moving very quickly.
Because it just looks like they're blurry.
It does just look like they're
Those are
blurry.
the same thing, and everyone in television land knows that.
They're also, like, the reflectiveness seems to be part of their power.
Well, yeah, it revealed itself to be when 4 Tengas were charging at Tommy from behind, who was walking towards the camera, who, like, dropped into a power stance and just stood still, and the sunlight shone, reflecting off his suit like a lighthouse and blinded them, and then that was it.
That was the way they ended the fight
It
too.
sucked.
It's so bad.
It's the worst effect this show has done. It doesn't feel special.
No,
No, because it wasn't special.
and it's also not like powerful
Yeah.
to inconvenience someone with your glare. That's not like a fight-ending move.
It's not cool. It's
No.
not cool.
Why did they think that this... Why... Okay. It's definitely not important enough to go in the episode title.
No, I mean, look, it's important enough at the toy sales.
I guess.
I mean, what do you call the episode, though?
I don't know.
Master Vile's bile trial?
There you go.
I mean, if you call it bile instead of glob, then yeah. Sure.
Yeah, there you
I'd
go.
like to call it good for the penis, bad for education. I kind of wish we were the sort of podcast that did clever episode titles instead of just naming our episodes after the episode of Power Rangers that we watched.
That's fine, but you'd have to do it 141 times now.
That's fine. I've already got Tor and Peace from that episode with Tor and the Peace Conference.
there you go.
140 to go.
And now I've got good for the penis, bad for education.
139 left.
Come on, guys.
Like
Halfway
bottles of
there.
beer on the wall. They're just going and going and going.
I've done 2 in 3 minutes, so by that logic, it should take me a couple of hours.
The most unpleasant naming hours of your life.
Oh boy.
I've had some pretty unpleasant naming hours. I don't know about that.
Okay, so they while that's happening, Ninjor also comes down, and then so does the Blue Globber. Mm-hmm. And Ninjor's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go giant," and so does the Blue Globber. And then the Blue Globber just drains his energy.
Well,
Like,
phases him.
Hug electrocutes him?
Yeah.
God, this is so depressing. Ninja is back for a hot second.
Yeah.
Before he gets
So
kidnapped
lame.
again.
So lame.
Why even have... I understand to tell the Rangers about the Zeo Crystal, but surely there's
Just
another
give
way.
that to Zordon.
Yeah.
Like,
Or just give Ninjor a moment so he doesn't look like a crap piece of crap.
Yeah. He doesn't deserve it, because he's fucking rad.
he's pretty good.
He's more than that, Michael. Alright?
He's pretty great.
That's better.
Okay.
There we go. There
I'm
it is. We made
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So he should be. You'll respect the Ninja.
You guys can't see the look Matt's giving me. He really likes Ninjor, guys. Okay, so he gets captured.
Yep.
Again. So back in the command center, we finally got the plan. We're gonna have to just grab the Zeo Crystal and destroy it.
It seems...
Harsh.
Yeah. Harsh is a good word.
But, in fairness, it was sealed away as carefully as possible by the people of the M51 galaxy.
Yep.
And as Zordon points out, Master Vile will relentlessly hunt it as long as it exists.
I mean, can't they just try and kill Master Vile?
I mean,
Isn't that harsh?
once they get the Zeo Crystal, which has been growing more powerful for thousands of years, couldn't they just, like, punch him in the face until he explodes?
Yeah.
Like once, maybe?
Yeah, like, they could already, like... It seems like once you have that... Even if then they want to destroy it to make sure they don't get corrupted and no one else can use it, sure, fine. But I feel like if you had unlimited power... Maybe
you could do some cleaning.
There's just a couple of things to take care of first.
And
that
the thing
seems
is,
kind of fucked up, though, as an implication.
it's not the most powerful object in the galaxy or the universe. It's one of. So you destroy this thing, he's just going to relentlessly hunt the other ones and get to nip the problem in the bud by decapitating that motherfucker.
Okay, so Tommy's going to go because
he's the coolest.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. That's all it comes down to.
Because who would watch like a Spec Ops mission with the non-coolest ranger?
And then Kat's like, "Well, I'm going to go too." And you're like, "No, why?"
No, I'm the coolest.
We said one of us is going, and she's like, "No, you'll need a distraction." So I'm just going to tell him I'm evil again. I mean, I figure that buys you 5 minutes.
On one hand,
Yeah.
this is not a bad plan.
Yes.
On the other hand, can they not teleport not into the castle and therefore not need a distraction? Like, who's looking in the caves of deception? Like, they don't have CCTV pointed down there just in case, and some sleepy guard watching the cameras, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, presumably if Lord Zed turned and faced the Zero Crystal and looked at it with his telescopic vision, he could see into it.
Why can't they just teleport to right outside where it is?
that's exactly my point. Like,
Yeah.
why do they need to distract Rita and Zed? They don't need to know.
Yeah, that's true.
Just in and out straight away.
Like that time, was it Squat or Babu did that Black Ops
I
mission?
think that
That
was
was
Squat.
Yeah, Squat very early on.
Yeah, and like could have killed Trini, but instead
100%.
stole Mr. Tickle Sneezer.
Okay.
So many years ago.
So, one other thing.
Yes.
They can't use the metallic armour outside Earth's atmosphere.
That's fine, it sucked ass.
No one will miss it.
Okay. Oh, they've got a new thing as well.
Yeah.
So the reason that they changed Megazords is Lord Zed has the Falcon Zord.
Yep.
And the Falcon Zord controls the Ninja Megazord.
Sure.
Right? Up until now, Billy's figured out a workaround. He got a Falcon Zord Happy Meal toy.
Yep.
And he put a computer chip on the back of it.
And 3 buttons, don't forget.
And an aerial.
And so now they can control that Megazord again.
Should have done that a long time
What do you
ago.
reckon, that's like an hour in the props department?
I think an hour is being super generous.
So once Billy puts that into part of the Shogun Megazord, they've got 2 Megazords.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure that'll work out real well for them.
Nah, who cares? The Globber globbed it.
He done globbed it.
He done.
Yeah, so let's skip to that. There's one scene in between, but we'll get back to it. They have both Megazords out.
Yep.
The Globber comes down. He just globs the shit out of them.
Yeah, it's awesome for a half a second, and then it's not awesome anymore.
Not cool.
It's just...
They get hard globbed.
Right, so meanwhile, Ninjor and Master Vile are facing off. There's a couple of good lines in this.
There is.
Yeah.
I think my personal favourite is Ninjor saying, "You'll never get away with this," and Master Vile saying, "But I actually am getting away with it." Like, I understand that that's just a thing that you're supposed to
You
say.
have to say, yeah.
But so far, I definitely appear to be succeeding, and it'd be nice if someone recognised that occasionally.
In fairness, though, in 2 more episodes, he's never going to get away with it.
My favourite line of this scene by far was Master Vile starts telling Ninjor
Yep.
about what happened and then showing on a screen Ninjor's powers being sapped from him. And Ninjor's just like, yeah, I remember. I was fucking there.
Like an hour ago.
Yeah.
It's
Not
just-
an idiot.
It's so ridiculous, even for this show. It was the previous scene.
Yeah, it's a straight decision to show it again.
Anyone who wasn't following that is going to be much more thrown off by all the other weird shit happening in this episode.
Yeah, or even in that scene.
Oh boy. Okay, so Globus absorbing all the world's energy,
That's bad.
but
Is
it's okay because Tommy's on the moon with Kat, and so Lord Zed is jealous that
Yeah.
Master Vile is succeeding, and he says, "Man, I wish I had a way to get to the Power Rangers like before he did.
Yeah.
You know, like what if I could do that and get the Zeo Crystal?" And then Kat from behind them says, "What if you had a Power Ranger to help you?" And Rita, without turning around, just says, yeah, like that's going to happen. Come on.
Good joke.
Yeah, solid joke.
So Kat says, I want to be evil again.
And then does an evil smile.
Cut to credits.
Small question.
Yep.
Would she have to be evil to be in that situation in the first place?
Yes. She's like... The act of wanting to be evil is basically all that's involved.
Yes. Second question.
Yep.
Wouldn't it have been better dramatically for this episode to not have the scene in between where Kat tells her, like everyone in the audience, the plan, and at the end of the episode she just turns up in the throne room being like, hey, I want to be evil again because things are going south?
Yeah, because she'd be like to Tommy miming, like, hold on, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, holy shit, what's happening?
Yeah.
But kids wouldn't understand that. They might think that one of the Power Rangers was evil.
Damn kids. She was. He was. Everyone's evil.
1/3 of the Power... In fact, no, Billy was a punk.
Yeah, he was a dirty punk.
50% of the Power Rangers have been evil at one point.
And Rocky was a guy who liked to play games too
He
much.
was a big old Pachinko head.
So that's
me?
Not racist.
You sure? I'm 1/16 Pachinko Head. That's really disrespectful.
If we didn't already have an episode title, I think 1/16th Pachinko Head would be pretty good.
Oh, God. Alright, so is it too soon to put these monsters on the creature feature?
I think so,
Yeah.
only because we're probably going to see more of them.
I agree.
Alright. What about rating this episode, Matt? What did you think?
Aisha? Because, like,
Great.
it's not great, but there's some interesting things in it. It's not a standard episode. Master Vile's kind of cool, maybe? Maybe.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable saying that this is an Aisha at the moment.
Yep.
And the next two parts could be great, or they could be terrible.
Rocky Bottom.
Yeah. Here's something that's interesting to me before we move on. Why is this not the finale? Like, after this
I
whole
tell you
thing
what,
ends-
because Power Rangers doesn't have finales.
No, I know.
It's
But
weird.
it's just, after this ends,
It's just going to be two
there's
weird episodes.
2 more episodes.
Yeah.
It's like, this feels game-changing. Why not actually change the game once it's done?
Here's what I'll say. At least it's not a 5-parter.
That's a fair point.
Because we've been there.
Yeah, it was a hard time.
We did that.
That seems like so long ago now.
It was so long ago.
Back when I and the world was young. Were young. Cool, good talk, guys.
Good. Okay.
We'll be back next week with another Master Vile arm times in your ears.
And the verdict on oil prices. Oil prices?